Shalom. Okay. All right, facing east. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, B'Kakwadash. Shalom. This is Worldwide Mission. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Worldwide Mission is affiliate camp of GMS. I just want to go into the thing about these women real quick. Okay, these women, these women in the world, right? These women are replaceable and expendable. All right, they are not the prize. They not running shit, okay? The Most High gave them a new thing, put a new thing in the earth. A woman should surpass a man, okay? And they have taken that, okay, and ran with it and did the most, all right? So, women are expendable and replaceable. Just because the Most High made one bitch does not mean he can't make another. And the features of that one bitch, okay? With another bitch, okay? To replace it. It don't matter how good she look, how big her boobs are, how fat her ass is. That does not matter to the Most High, okay? What matters is she quiet, okay? Does she use wisdom, all right? And these modern women, they aren't quiet, they're clamorous, they're loud. They don't use any wisdom in these times of judgment, all right? And that's why they're gonna have a hard time adjusting to this transition of power that's going on right now in the world, okay? So I'm gonna bring out some scriptures. All right, you put a woman in power, you give a bitch an inch, she gonna take a mile from you, okay? But ultimately, men of the Lord, servants of the Lord, we understand why the Lord did this, so that we as servants of the Lord, men of the Lord, you know, can understand how we treated Yahweh, okay? How we made the Most High feel, okay? Now we have our women out of control, okay? The Western woman is out of control, no matter if she's a heathen or daughter of Zion, okay? They don't listen, they're rebellious, and that's how the men, okay, that were running Israel, okay, the tribes, that's the comparison that the Most High gave us, okay? We did the same thing to Yahweh, not listening, rebelling, taking into different philosophies, gods, doing what we want to do. And now we're getting the backhand of it with how our women are, out of control, not listening, doing what they want to do, okay? We were those same women, okay? But now, as men, you know, through the Spirit, we're coming back into the fold, and we're cleaving and we're chasing after Yahweh and Yahweh Shai right now, okay? We're asking for forgiveness, we're repenting, okay? We're trying to do anything it is that we can do to make amends for our past lives and sins that we committed against the Heavenly Father. That's what we're doing, and these women are about to do that too once Isaiah 4:1 comes into play, and it's coming into play pretty soon, okay? It's coming into play as we speak right now, okay? But these women are replaceable and expendable. It's no secret that there's more women in the world than men. You can clearly see that. Esau's trying to fudge the numbers and try to lie now at the end of days, because he can see that this truth is coming out and people are aware of this, okay? Now, you could put in YouTube, where are men, okay? The men are not showing up to social gatherings that these women are attending, okay? Especially in the West. Men are all over the world are preparing for war, okay? Whether they're in the world or in this truth, okay? Men don't have time for the bullshit and games that women in this world, especially the Western women, are interested in and playing, okay? It's wartime right now. It's not time for peace. It's not time to play and have folly. And the women are the last ones to figure this up one out. That's why they're left holding a bag. They're like Waldo. Where are the men? Where's Waldo? Okay? They look out here looking stupid. Because men of all backgrounds, all tribes, are in a war mindset. Whether it be on a local small level or in or a country political government level. Okay, it's not time to play. So men are financially going to war with each other. Men are physically going to war with each other in the streets, in different places. Men are cartels are going, gangs are going to war with each other. Okay, and doing different things. You see all these rappers getting RICOs and putting murder to hires and stuff for different people in the last 5-6 years, right? Okay, and they get caught up, all right? Men are at war. So you're not going to see men gathering hee ha ha and kicking it up and looking for the bitches. Okay, these clubs and stuff or social events are shut down. Money is tight. Men are going to war with banking, crypto, okay? You see CEOs get laid out. Think about, what was it? The Cash App CEO recently got killed a couple of years back, okay? Healthcare, okay? Men are going to war with each other, okay? And we, as servants of the Lord, men of the Lord, in this truth, we're going to war with other men. You see men in the Lord correcting different camps, okay? GMS correcting different camps and different craziness, things that's being brought up. Then you got the Edomites that are agents like Mocab Malone, try to infiltrate and stir up trouble in the camps. So nobody's not paying attention to women right now, okay? Because you're replaceable and expendable. This is a man's world, okay? You're gonna learn that, okay? The Most High, Yahweh the Father, is a man, okay? He's a God of war, okay? He's a man of war. This is what he does, okay? How you doing? This is what he does. He doesn't play around, all right? The Most High is out here. He's putting down judgments. He's laying people out, and he's going to show you women that it's not time to play anymore, okay? Everything has a season, okay? And right now, that season of women ruling over men, usurping authority over men, that's over with right now, okay? That's over with. All right? So I'm going to go into some scriptures, and I'm going to bring it out. Because you are not the prize, okay? You're left holding a bag out here looking stupid right now, okay? You're asking, where are the men? Where are the men? Men are preparing themselves for war. They're in war. You got Ukrainian and Russia, okay? You got the U.S. and Russia, China. Men are out here having fun. We are preparing for war. We're trying to, whether you're in the truth, you're 2/3 heathen, you're trying to adjust, find stability, you're trying to be a part of something that you feel that is going to help you as a man in the long run, okay? But we ultimately know we're the real men, the men of this truth, servants of the Lord, men of the Lord, okay? Starting from the apostles, from GMS all the way down, okay? This is going to save us, save men, okay? And put men back. This truth is going to put men back on top where they belong, okay? Even the heathen, okay, women aren't respecting them to a certain degree, okay, out here. All right, but we're gonna put everything back in order, okay? And only servants of the Lord, men of the Lord, the 144 is going to be able to do that, okay? And they're going to take the kingdom, okay? All right. So you women are worried about where are the men? Where are the men? What you need to be worrying about is getting right and getting under a man of the Lord, okay? Right now, cleaning yourself up. And a lot of women are doing that, but that's still not enough. You still got to come in a humble, contrite spirit, okay? You still got to leave the world, okay? You're the weaker vessel, so it's harder for you to leave and see things for what it is, but that's still no excuse, okay? Nobody wants to hear that. So the men right now are warring against each other, okay? And you all are out here looking stupid, looking around like, where's Waldo? All right? That's what's going on. All right? So you women are expendable and replaceable. All right? Especially in these times. All right? Nobody's not singing to you. Nobody ain't kissing your ass. Everybody's tired of you. Okay? And specifically, everybody's tired of Esau, aka the white man, and everybody's tired of Eve, aka the black woman. Okay? You're tired of your mouth. You talk too much. Everybody's tired of you all. All right? Genesis 3:20. All right? And Adam called his wife's name Eve because she was the mother of all living. Okay? Eve. So this is basically Eve is known. Okay? She's the first woman to known. Okay? And she's the mother of all living. Of all living. Okay? All right? And look, men, a man gave her her name. Okay? You don't make nothing. Y'all don't make the rules of how shit is gonna go. Didn't no man come around and say, hey, do you think we should put together a panel, a committee of women and ask them, should we attack Ukraine? Russia didn't do that. Or should we respond to Russia? Ukraine didn't do that. Nobody didn't have, these women, y'all didn't have a seat at the table when these wars and things are going down, whether it's in the streets or on an international level of countries. Nobody's inviting no bitches to the panel or to the table to discuss about what you all think, because you're expendable and replaceable. No one cares. You're gonna hinder everything. Okay? It is wartime. Nobody doesn't care about your opinions or nothing. All right? Stop getting in, trying to come into the truth and run your mouth. You're supposed to be quiet. You're supposed to be quiet in the presence of men, especially men in the truth. You're supposed to take a back seat, sit back, shut up. All right? We don't care about your opinion, what you think, how you feel, what's best for you and we don't care about that. Nobody doesn't care in a spiritual level and on a heathen international level. Nobody's making no panels and asking women, hey, what do you all think we should do about this war? Do you think we should stop? Do you think we should ask? No, it's all men running everything. Men, whether they good or evil, whether they in the truth or not, it's men. Men run the world. Men have always ran the world. Men maintain this country. Okay, men built this country. Okay, good men and bad men. Okay, but this society is overall wicked. Okay, and righteousness is about to take hold. We're in a transition of righteousness right now. It's not time to go on a vacation. It's not time to do what you want to do. Okay, look, Adam named Eve. All right, Eve didn't name Eve, or Eve's mother didn't name her. Okay, what Adam called his wife's name Eve. Okay, because she was the mother of all living. Okay, so that's you all's mother. All right. 1 Timothy 2:13. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. Okay, that's a class right there. Not Eve and then Adam. Not Adam and Steve. Not two men. Okay. Not Eve and Yvette. Okay. It said 1 Timothy 2:13. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. Okay, so basically, as a woman, you're a second-class citizen in this world, okay? You're second, all right? You come second, all right? The children come last, and you hold them down, and you raise them up, okay? How men want you to raise their children, okay? That's your job. Men make the rules, make the policies, and then as women, you make sure that people are doing what they're supposed to do. You keep the tempo, all right? For Adam was first formed, then Eve, okay? So that lets you know the first woman that we know about in the Bible is Eve, okay? First woman in the Bible, okay? But what happened though? Okay, 1 Timothy 2:14. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in transgression, okay? So first woman we know about fucking up already on a job. Fucking up already. And Adam was not deceived. So stop blaming men for your problems and stuff. You are deceived. You were deceived by who? The serpent. Okay? A man spitting game to you. Okay? Telling you that do this, like you're doing now. Taking game and knowledge from a wicked man to do wicked acts that you think are righteous or right. Or understandings that you think are right and they're not right. Okay? And Adam was not deceived. Adam, that's the man. Adam. We're not deceived, okay? We wasn't deceived, but the woman being deceived was in transgression. The woman being deceived was in transgression. Eve was in transgression. Okay, who is Eve? Because you need a refresher again, okay? And Adam called his wife named Eve because she was the mother of all living. Your mother, okay? The mother of all living. So the first woman in the Bible that we know about, everybody knows whether they believe or not, they're in the truth, atheists even know, Eve. Okay? And she fucking up on the job. First woman, fucking up. Can't listen. Want to do what she want to do. This is what the Most High is saying. This is in the Bible. Go read it for yourself. 1 Timothy 2:14. And Adam was not deceived. Okay, but the woman being deceived was in transgression. Okay, messing up already in the beginning. Okay, so now we going down to Noah. Okay, the end. This is the first destruction. Okay, because second destruction is upon us. Okay, Genesis 6 and 9. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generations, and Noah walked with Yahweh. Genesis 6 and 10. And Noah begot 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Okay? 3 sons, okay? 3 sons. He said the name. Notice he said he gave them names, okay? He gave them names. Now we know who was at the beginning, Adam and Eve, okay? Now we get to what? We get to Noah, okay? These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generations, okay? And Noah walked with Yahweh, okay? And look, Genesis 6 and 10. And Noah begot 3 sons, not 3 daughters, okay? Not nobody trying to get a sex change or anything, okay? Begot 3 sons, okay? Either you're going to be a daughter or son when you come into this world, okay? And Noah begot 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, okay? Okay, in Genesis 7 and 13. In the self same day entered Noah and Shem and Ham and Japheth. Notice he named all the men, okay? He named all the men. The sons of Noah and Noah's wives. Noah's wife, okay? Noah's wife. And the 3 wives of his sons with them into the ark. Okay, and it's a clear cut right here that you women are replaceable and expendable, okay? Most High didn't even name, he didn't even put your name, no, his wife's name, his Noah's wife's name, let alone his son's wives. They're not named, okay? But we go back to the beginning. Who's the first woman that's named? Eve, the fucker, okay? We know her. Okay, and we know that man was not in transgression, she was, okay? So I'm making a point here. That's why I'm making a point that you all women are expendable and replaceable. Okay, now, yeah, later on in the Bible, some you had some good women, okay, but they were doing a job for the Lord. He saw fit at the time to do certain things, use women to do something, because you use the world, not abuse it, okay. Most High is righteous, all right. Okay, so look, he made it a point to name Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth again. You know what I'm saying? He didn't take this time or the scripture to say, okay, here's Noah's wife, here's her name. Here's Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth's wives. Here are their name or where they're from. Because it doesn't matter. Everything comes through the men. Everything comes through the man. Okay? It's patriarch. It's not matriarch like the West. The West is matriarch, and it's a mess. You all got everything you want. You got everything at your fingertips. You can order shit and come right to your house. You don't even have to leave. You can live in an apartment, go right downstairs to the grocery store, got a gym, everything. You got everything you want, and you're still happy, and you're asking at the end of the days, where are the men? Why not just indulge in your luxuries, your spots, your vacations? That's what you should be doing, but you're still worried about a man, because women need men. We don't need you all. We just need you all to have our kids. Okay, and further, what? Make a nation. But you need us, okay? So Noah, okay, we know the names of the men, but we don't know the names of the women, because it's not important. Okay, they just know that they were there, and you're here now because of them. That's all that matters. Okay. But why were they saved? Okay, what was the point of them just being there? They're co-stars, okay, featuring. Okay, this is Noah. Okay, those are the Noah, Japheth, Shem, and Ham. Those are the stars, and co-starring, okay, his wives. Those are the extras, basically. Okay, you got the sun to rule the day, the brighter, stronger light. Like now, we got the sun, and then you have the moon, which is smaller and a lesser light. It's a female. It's how the Lord looks at the moon. Okay. Lesser light, weaker vessel. Okay, so play your part as a woman. That's what you got to do. Do what your man asks you to do, especially if you're in the truth. All right. Now, why were they saved? Okay, because they were saved. What? 1 Timothy 2:15. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing, if they continue in faith and charity, holiness, and with sobriety. And obviously, those women did that. Okay, they did those things. That's why they were chose. Like only 8 people survived. Right? The flood, the first destruction. Okay. And look, Genesis 7:16. And they that went in male and female of all flesh. Okay, and as Yahweh had commanded him, and the Lord shut him in. Okay, so even then, you know, that's the whole point of the ark, was for male and female, 2 by 2. And you got this with Noah and his sons, his wife, him and his wife, 2 by 2, and then his sons and their wives, 2 by 2. Okay, that's the whole point of the ark. It wasn't about nobody getting a transgender and all this weirdo type shit. Okay, and they went in, including Noah and them, male and female. Okay, of all flesh. Okay, and Yahweh commanded him, and the Lord shut him in. Okay, so there you go. You got that duality, that union, man and woman. Okay, Who was first created? Let's go back to the beginning, because y'all have a short attention span. Okay. 1 Timothy 2:13. For Adam was first born, then Eve. Okay. All right. You should understand that. Then we get to the ark. Okay. Male and female. Okay. 2 by 2. All right. You weirdos and all this type of, you know, transhumanism and all this weirdo type shit. Not doing it. We're not doing that, okay? That's why this place is going down. Alright, and thanks to them, okay? Genesis 9:19. These are the 3 sons of Noah, and of them was the whole earth overspread. It ain't say nothing about thanks here Noah and his wives, okay? It's and the whole earth was spread, okay? It ain't say nothing about the wives, okay? The women. Alright, it said the sons, because a woman cannot get pregnant unless she is with a man, or been with a man, or has a man. 2 dykes or lesbians cannot conceive. Okay? 2 negatives leaves a negative. 2 positives is a positive. When you put a battery on, okay, you got a negative post and a positive post. Negative charge and a positive charge for a reason. That's what everything. Okay, the body is electrical. Okay, it's dualities. Okay, you need both posts to work right in order for your car or anything, your technology to work. Okay, and you need a ground. When you're dealing with electricity, you need to be grounded. So people in this world, in this society, are not grounded. Okay, they're not grounded. Pride, vanity, lovers of self, boasters and braggers are running rampant. That's why everything is out of order and out of chaos. Okay, but it starts with what? The relationship between the man and the woman. Okay, and the woman thinks that she is not expendable or replaceable. So everything is messed up. Okay, and men around the world, whether they're heathen or you know, children, men of Israel, okay, Israelites, northern and southern tribe, everybody's pissed, okay? And a major contributing factor is you women, particularly the women of the West, okay? And particularly, specifically, here in America, Babylon the Great, okay? Because this country has spoiled all the other nations, has ruined the minds of other women, okay, far and wide, okay? Especially using this same-sex bullshit, okay? Alright, so now we know who did the spread. We know that Eve is the mother of all living, okay? But she was a fuck up in the beginning. We know her name. Then we get to Noah. We don't know Noah's wife's name. We don't know his son's name, of his son's wife's name. We don't know them, okay? They don't have no name. They're no-name brands, okay? They're all name, no-name brand. We don't need it. We gave Eve the brand. The Most High gave Eve her own brand name, okay? And that's a transgressor of the law, okay? She's a transgressor of the law. That's her brand, okay? So these other women obviously played their part. They did what they were supposed to do, all right? They bore children. They continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety, and they kept a low profile. They kept they held everything together in the back, and it, you know, that's what a woman's supposed to do. She's not supposed to be out there, because when you let a woman get any type of power, the woman takes it to their head. You can clearly see that in the society when women get any authority. When Eve, these black women get in government, what do? They use government funds, okay, to do certain things with personal buying things, bags, Gucci, going on trips, okay, you know what I'm saying, using Esau's money to fund her lifestyle while she's working for the government. So that's a good thing that Doge and Trump and Elon are shutting this down, because they know this stuff, okay? Esau's not stupid. He knows that Eve, get in these positions, she get lazy and nasty, she's unhappy, running her mouth, and so the Edomite woman, the white woman, he pushing paper for the government, embezzling money and whatnot, coming up with schemes with E. Okay? So when you let these women, that's why women can't love. They need to be told what to do. They need stuff to do. As long as you keep a woman busy and on her toes, you good. When you let a woman start making decisions, she ain't got nothing to do. She just blowing with the wind. That's when problems start. No man in charge running her. Okay. Right now, women that have men should be saying to the man, I wanted to leave you, or I would have left you in the past, but I'm glad I didn't, because right now I understand that I need you. Okay? Because they're all crying online, making fools of themselves because they have no man. Okay? They're out here begging. They're thirst traps. Women are more thirsty than men. Nobody ain't asking where the bitches at. We know they're a dime a dozen. They're everywhere. Right? So we went from Adam and Eve all the way down to Noah. Okay? We don't know Noah's wives and whatnot. Okay? Look, it says Noah's wife's name. We don't know her name. The Bible does not mention her by name, so we cannot know for certain, but this has not stopped people from speculating. Okay? The most common name given to her is Nama, which is taken from Genesis 4:22. And see, Esau is going to try to put that woman worshiping spirit, try to go around, insert things and put things. How many times did the Most High say Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth? Okay? A whole bunch of times. And not one time did he bring up it because it wasn't important. It didn't need to be said. Okay? All you need to know is that they had wives and those women brought you back. That's all you need to know. Alright? Because you all would have took all that. If he would have gave y'all a shout out with your name, y'all would have took that and ran with it. Quick. Even worse now. Glad he didn't do that. Put that in there. Tell them to write that down. Crazy. Because I would have y'all would have been, see that? We don't care. Okay, who are the wives of Noah's sons? Okay, the story of Noah in the Bible notoriously does not have a single named female character. Okay, see? We are not told who their fathers, let alone their mothers, were or where they came from. Various ancient and not so ancient sources have sought to remedy this deficiency. It is important to note that even where the story, not mythology, there's no reason to assume that these authors actually knew the names of these women. Alright? So, basically Esau is going to try to use different books and stuff to come up with names. Most I didn't say. Okay? They're no name brand. I just read you what they said. They're notoriously not in there. No female character. Okay? Thank the Most High for that. Thank him for that. Alright, so this is what King Solomon said, okay? Ecclesiastes 7:28. Which yet my soul seeketh, but I find not. One man among 1,000 have I found, But a woman among all those have I not found. And what is he talking about? An upright person. Okay, he found one upright man. But what did he say? But a woman among those have I not found. Okay, so he hasn't even found an upright, okay, woman. Women are naturally not upright. That's what I said. You all can't love. You need stuff to do, and that's why you're crying and whining right now about where are the men, because you don't have nothing to do and nobody's not paying attention. You don't have no reason to get dressed up. You don't have no reason to go nowhere. You don't have no reason to do girl nights or spend money and be booed up. You don't have no reason, okay? Because you're not upright, okay? You're naturally not upright. How did you all naturally not get upright? I just read it to you. Eve, your mother, okay? You all have that Eve DNA in you, even the heathen, okay? And of course, the children of Israel, of course, you got her DNA in you. So you're not upright. You're a transgressor. You don't listen to authority. You don't listen to authority figures, okay? You have to be set in order, forcefully, okay? You have to be told what to do, okay? You have to be guided, leaded, directed, okay? You have to be told to chill out. Go here, do this, because if not, you self-destruct, okay? And that's what happened to Esau's society. That woman worshiper, okay? Because he's a simp. Esau is naturally a simp and a degenerate, okay? And he's interested in men, okay, in weird shit other than women, okay? That's why right now, even though the Israelite man is at his low state, who are all the women of all the nations crying and complaining over and talking about? They're talking about the Israelite man, the black man, okay? You got Filipina, okay, women in Thailand. You've seen the videos, Passport Bros, okay? Because Jake, what, is the salt of the earth, right? Right, okay. So, you know, women, and then you got Eve, the black woman, saying, well, go over there, do this or whatever. Now they're crying and complaining. Where y'all at? Where they at? Come back. Ooh, ooh, ooh. See? Everybody's talking, because everybody knows that Esau, the white man, does not like women, but you only put up with it. All the women put up with him only because he provides a check, a bag, so y'all can go leave, y'all get your check from however y'all get it, take it, steal it, whatever, work for him, and then you go buy the things and do the things that you want to do, okay, and out here wilding out, and then you come back to him for a re-up when you need more money, okay? That's the only thing he can offer you, all right? But the Israelite man, we don't have nothing. We're lonely. Okay, we don't have no money. We're not in charge. We don't have any power, but we still out here able to get the women of our nation and other nations too, the other tribes too. So even in our lower state, we still winning. Okay, but that's still not, you know, good enough for service of the Lord, men of the Lord. For a low-level Jake, yeah, that's perfect. Okay, go fly somewhere and get a bitch. Okay, anybody can do that. I can do that. But that's not conducive and profitable to the Lord right now. What's profitable to the Lord right now is this truth, doing the work. Okay, chanting down and taking down these strongholds, telling these people, these heathen 2/3, what's about to come upon them, warning our people, trying to get our people right. That's important to me. That's important to the Most High. That is profitable to the Most High. Okay? Worry about the bitches later. That's easy to get. Bitches, women are easy to get. And especially now, because they desperate and thirsty. Okay? They're not getting nothing like how they used to get 5, 6 years ago. So they going to be even easier to get. That should make you, as a servant of the Lord, man of the Lord, not even worry about them. Just do the work even more, because the ball's about to be in your court. You know, the ball is about to be literally in your court. All right, so it's not really that hard. Like, that's what I said. Women are expendable. Now y'all starting to find out that you're expendable and replaceable. Okay. Where are the men? Like, y'all, hey, like, shut up. Learn some skills. Learn skills that men need a woman to do. That's learning. We need you all to learn to control your mouth. Learn to be quiet. Learn to not always insert your opinion or your thoughts in a conversation. Learn to cook. Learn to sew. Learn to take care of kids the correct way. And learn to be a woman of the Lord. Learn to get in touch. If you don't have a man, learn to be in touch with your power, the Most High. Pray to the Most High. We need women that fear the Lord, regardless of what they feel about what's in the Bible and what the Lord said they can and cannot do. We need women that are logical, okay, that think, that have good problem-solving skills, okay, that know how to deal with conflict resolution between women and women, men and women, and men and men. That's what we're looking for in these times. We're looking for women that are patient, that don't jump to conclusions or jump in a situation because they feel like it or they think it's the best thing for them. We want women that want to take guidance and counsel from men. That's what we want. I have a woman, but even at times I have to correct her and let her know. I have to pump her brakes for her. You know, like how a woman drives. Some women, they put their brakes on late when they come into a stop, and it might be a car from in front of them, and it might be a stop sign, or it might be a light. Okay, you don't put your damn brakes on right when you're about to go through the fucking light. You do things smoothly, in order, decency and order. Okay, you start applying the brake further out so you can come to a smooth stop. Okay, you women, you're reckless all over the place. And now you're finding out the hard way. Okay, so Wisdom of Solomon, man, he only find one upright man out of 1,000. Okay, but for a woman, he couldn't find none. But he had 1,000 wives. Look, 1 Kings 11:3, and he has 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines, and his wives turned away his heart. All right, see, as soon as they got some authority, or felt like they had some authority over him, they turned away his heart. It wasn't none of them that said, you know what? Not one of them said, let's keep it the way he had it. Let's keep him close to the Most High. Because you all are not upright. When given the opportunity, you get an inch, a woman will take a mile. That's why you all need stuff to do. You need to be told what to do. You can't be with a man that lets you do whatever you want, because you're going to self-destruct. That's why you're not happy. You need to be controlled. You need to be guided. You need to be ruled over. Okay? And the scriptures speak of that. That's why the Most High put y'all on at the end of Noah, at the end of the first destruction, because you do too much. Women do too much. You all do too much when left to your own devices and self. You do too much. He had all them women, and they could not. One of them could do one right thing by him. Most High made Eve, okay, for Adam, and she couldn't even do right. So we get, it's through the timeline. You see the pattern. You all can't do right. Now, yeah, but it's always what's that? A rule to the it's always an exception to the rule. You're always gonna find that. But the majority, no. Look, Genesis 2 and 18, okay? What is y'all purpose, okay? And the Lord Yahweh said, it is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him and help me for him. That's your purpose, to help your man. For him. Ain't say for her. Ain't say help herself. It said for him. You all are help me. You are expendable and replaceable. One is not helping, one woman's not helping. A man got a right to go get another woman that's going to do the job. Okay? And you all about to find that out too in Isaiah. Okay? Nobody's not going to put up with your bullshit in your mouth. I know I'm not. I don't even put up with it now. I shut that shit down quick. My girl try to get beside herself, but I don't provoke her either. You know what I'm saying? But I also let her know, don't provoke me, because like the scriptures say, you know, I don't want to be like a lion, a roaring lion in my home. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna respect what I say. You're gonna take counsel with me when we do things. Always got a plan laid out. That's my job as a man. Tell you and break down the plan so you can understand. All you do is show up and follow through. That is the whole point. Show up, follow through means what to her? Being a helpmate with the plan, whatever it is we're doing. Not that hard. Not that damn hard. Alright, so that's one reason why the Lord made the woman, so the man won't be alone. Alright? And to make a helpmate. But the women now, y'all ain't doing that. Y'all don't help out. Y'all make things worse. You are a pillar of stress, not a pillar of rest. Okay? 1 Timothy 5 and 14. I will therefore that the younger women marry, bear children, guide the house, give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully. Okay? So you all are supposed to what? Keep a man's company, okay? He shouldn't be alone. Be a helpmate to him. Okay? Bear children, guide the house, and give occasion to the adversary, give non-occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully. So that's other women or other men talking shit about your man or your household. Okay. See, and y'all let y'all friends do that. Misery loves company. Single women keep other women, especially in the Israelites, single. Okay. Black women keep black women single. Single black women keep black women single. Okay. You're Israelites. You're not black though. But that's just that's all I have. So I'm reading the scriptures and I'm giving you basically your job duties that the Most High gives you. You're supposed to what? Okay? Guide the house. You all don't do that. You piss the man off, you divorce him. It's a whole lot of divorces right now. And that's just letting me know that the Lord is about to destroy a lot of women. Because what? You're expendable and replaceable. Israelite men do not need American women, particularly African American black women or Israelite women, Judite women, or even Northern tribe women to bring back the nation. Because you are whatever your father is. So if your father is an Israelite, you're going to be an Israelite. If your father is a heathen, an Edomite, you're a heathen. No matter if you mix. Okay, if your father is a Edomite, you are an Edomite. Okay, but what's the Lord say? He said, try the spirit. So that's what we do. That's the best way. Try the spirit first. We ain't gonna give you. We're gonna try you out. Okay. Lord likes to throw curveballs. He likes to make do Easter eggs. When you go hunting and you search out things. All right. He will do that at times. But he gives a gauge of how to measure things and do things. Okay. Like everything's in the scriptures. It's not that hard to understand. All right. See, Genesis 3:16. Unto the women he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception, and in sorrow thou shalt bring forth children. That's because of Eve. So you all go through all the pain and labor and stuff. Don't matter if you try to get an epidural and try to Esau give you all these drugs and stuff to mask that your curse. Okay, it don't matter. And thou desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over you. Okay, so your desire is to your man. That makes you all happy, making a man happy. That's what fulfills a woman. Not her buying shit, going on trips, hanging out with her girlfriends, doing all this weirdo shit. Okay? What makes a woman happy is pleasing her man. You all are programmed with that. The Most High programmed you all with that in your body, in your DNA, okay? Okay, so making that man happy is what you all live for. Okay, that makes you happy. Because you need what? Something to do. That's why I say, women, y'all can't love. Only a man can love. Okay, that's why men can be in marriages and relationships and not be happy, but still be with you. Okay? Because, yeah, he's not happy, but he sees the bigger picture. He might have kids. You know, he may try to train and guide you. He might be trying to become better so then he can make better decisions involving you and help guide you, bring you up. You see what I'm saying? But what do? You all make things worse. Okay? Because you can't love. You need to be told what to do, and you need stuff to be laid out for you. You need an itinerary, a plan. That's why women are good at what? Administrative work, secretary. What do? They love doing this shit. They love reading shit. They love 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D. Do this. That's y'all are good at that. Here's step 1. I gotta do this. Here's step 2. I gotta do it this way. Y'all like that. Y'all, because you need to be told what to do. You need to be told what to do. Guided. Count this money. After you finish counting that money, go over here and deposit this money in this bank. After you deposit the money in a bank, get the receipt, bring the receipt back to me. I'm gonna put the numbers up, and then we're gonna. That's what y'all need to be told what to do. That's how you deal with a woman, especially in this society. You gotta deal with them straightforward. All right, but Most High also got ways to, you know, get in your ass and figure you out, okay? Because what? You are what? Expendable and replaceable, okay? For what? The next woman, okay? Then what y'all won't do, when one woman won't do, another woman will do, okay? But you can't say that about men. Well, one man will do another man. Nah, nobody ain't doing nothing no more. Because y'all out here like Waldo, like I said earlier, asking about where are the men. Because men do not operate like how you all operate, or think like how you all think. You were not created equal. You are not equal to us, okay? So now you better get in line. No matter how good you look, how good your pussy is, how fat your ass is, how big your titties are, how good your face looks, how long your hair is, or how short it is, how dark you are, how light you are, what nation you belong to. It don't matter no more. Nobody don't care about that. All we care about doing is getting women on the same program that's locked in with us. That's all we care about in these times, and going forward. That's what it's about. It's not about you. Alright, Numbers 5:22. Because you're what? Women are expendable and replaceable. But if thou hast gone aside to another instead of thy husband, and if thou be defiled, and some man have lying with thee beside thy husband, alright? Then the priest shall charge the woman with an oath of cursing, and the priest shall say unto the woman, the Lord make thee a curse and an oath among thy people. When the Lord doeth make thy thigh to rot and thy belly to swell. Okay, so that's cellulite. That's a clear example of what women to stay away from. When you see a bitch got a big belly for no reason, and don't look right, she off proportion, her ratio, body ratio not looking right, and she wearing those tights, those Lululemon stretch pants, gym pants, and she walking thinking she cute, but whole time she got a whole bunch of dimples in her ass, which is cellulite. Those are curses. So the Lord is openly telling men to stay away from that woman. That woman sleeps with a lot of men, and she let a lot of men bust up in her. That's what that means. When you see cellulite and a bitch walking all proud and shit, strutting that ass, thinking she the shit, and then when she pass you, you see all that, you see those dimples, the cellulite everywhere, all down her thigh. That's a curse. Most High cursed her. Stay away from the bitch. Don't matter how good she look. Can't trust her. She ain't worth it. Too many men and bit up in her. She got too many husbands. But let her call it. She living her best life. She doing what she want to do. She feels empowered. She's women's led. Okay? She's a feminist. But whole time these hoes still asking like, where are the men? If you so empowered, if you so free, why are you worried about men? You should be enjoying everything the men have built and maintained for you. But you still crying and complaining online. You're an idiot. They idiots. Okay? Thigh rot. Cellulite. Thigh rot. That's your thighs. That's a woman's thighs. Thigh rot. A lot of you all need to cover that shit up. You think it's cute, and that's why you can't get rid of it. Ain't no way to get rid of it, because it's a curse. White women get it. Black women get it. All women get it. That's how you can really tell a woman that's been ran through. Got a lot of husbands. The belly, some of them got their belly out here, and then they got the vagina bulge down here. That's not how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be flat. You're supposed to be flat. Okay? You ain't supposed to have a bulge down here. And then, once a woman starts changing and doing the right thing, that shit will go down. You see what I'm saying? But see, Most High already knows everybody from the womb. He knows who's going to change, who's worth it. So sometimes, and most time, he like, fuck it. Ain't no point. Bitch ain't gonna do right. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, when girls are virgins or young women, you can clearly tell, like, middle school or whatever, high school, whatever, young women, you can tell the difference between their bodies. Their bodies are more healthier looking. They look more fit. Even if they wear tight stuff or whatever, you don't see the hallmark tall tale sign of cellulite. Okay? Once you start seeing that cellulite, that means she let niggas go up in her raw, and she got a lot of husbands and she cursed. Right? You don't want that, and there's no way to get rid of it because it's a curse. Esau try to buy those little, you try to buy those little massaging things or whatever they got, you can't get rid of it. Okay, it's a curse. Just like when you bear children and it hurts, and he told you, we read you the scripture, that you're going to be crying, you're going to be in your sorrows when you're trying to give birth, okay? Most High told you that. Because what? You're cursed. Because of Eve, the transgressor. That's her brand. Alright? But women in general are what? Expendable and replaceable. Because you all don't listen. You're hard-headed. And the Lord gave y'all some power, some leeway, you know, to say, because he's fair, okay? Because he want everybody to get it in. And then once the men, we got to clean this mess up after this war, okay? Everything got to get cleaned up and put back in order, okay? Including you women. So he gave you your spot to shine, and you're still not happy. That's because you need a man to rule over you. I just read you the scripture. It said that. All right? Look. And thou desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. Rule. Okay? Rule over thee. Not ask. Not, hey babe, what do you think? Like, no. You don't have to be an asshole to your bitch. And you shouldn't expect a man to be an asshole to you, but you gotta take direction though. Okay? Even if that man not in the truth, but you are as a woman, you gotta still stick with that man. The only way that the Most can, like, he puts men and women together, okay, ultimately, you know what I'm saying, for whatever reason, okay? And sometimes usually you find out you're for that person because of how you are, okay? That's just the Lord. It's a scripture about that. Like, he putting man together. You can't pull it apart. Only he can break that shit up. He has his reasons. Alright, so that's cellulite and stuff. Curses, okay? Because what? That's sending a signal to the men. If you were in the truth as a man, a servant of the Lord, you know, and you understood the scriptures, then you apply these scriptures to real life situations, okay? Then you would notice that, okay, that bitch got too many, she might got this and that, and willing to do that, but she's been ran through too bad. And when she wears some nice things that look okay, you know, you may not mind her wearing, you know, but she got too much thyroid. That's nasty, bro. That's just other men been all in that. You don't want it. You don't want it. Look up 1 Corinthians 7:39. The wife is bound by the law as long as her husband liveth, but if her husband be dead, she is at liberty to be married to whom she will, only in the Lord. Okay? So as long as a man, your husband lives, you're bound by that man. Okay, and especially in these men in this truth. Okay, you can't be like out here being mad or whatever, or leave your man, especially now. In these last 4-5 years or whatever, you can't be out here doing that. The Lord ain't putting up with that. When women out here cheating and shit. Look what happened with Papoose and Remy Ma. Remy Ma did all that bullshit to Papoose, and look, Most High put her son to death from a previous, I guess, relationship or whatever. He put her son to death. You see that? You see all these celebrities and people get divorces and stuff now, and the men are coming out somewhat unscathed or on top. They bouncing back, even the men in the world. That's because the Lord is tired of you women. You keep starting stuff. Okay? So the only way you can be free from your husband is if he dies. Okay? That's the only way. But a lot of these new generation, these new women, these Western women, these men are dead, okay? These men, they're jumping from men to men. Why these men? They're building up bodies on them. They got all types of spirits on them, all types of rot and demons on them. Okay, they're used up. You better off finding a better, a decent ass car at a used auction than you are going out here dealing with a bitch right now. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, the car gonna have some miles on it, may have some dents on it, may have been driven rough, but that's gonna be more dependable than a woman, a bitch that's from the West, a bitch that's out here now, right? You better off spending your money, $2,000, $7,000, $20,000, whatever, or something like that, than spending that money and adding up to a useless bitch. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so the wife is bound by the law, okay? And especially if your man is in the truth and then you leave him and shit, you still bound, definitely bound to that man. And Most High really gonna fuck you up. Alright? You bound, okay? You can't do what you want to do. And see, that's what you've been getting away with, doing what you want to do for so long. That's why everything's messed up. Because you've been given a green light by a wicked ass motherfucker to do that. A man that don't even like women like that. That's a degenerate, okay? That don't even know, don't know how to deal with a woman, okay? He want everybody to deal with one woman because that's the only thing he can deal with if he can get a woman. And if he ain't getting a woman, then, you know, he dealing with the same sex. That's his thing. You dealing with a leader like that, a man that rules like that. Okay, so that's why everything is all messed up, because you got the wrong person in charge. Okay, but the Israelite men of the Lord, servants of the Lord, in 144, they're going to correct this. They're going to fix everything. Okay, so you can't be, oh well, I'm just going to leave him because he not providing enough money. He not taking me out enough. He not doing enough with the kids. He not taking me on vacations. He not giving me an allowance. You can't leave your man because of that. You're bound by your man. Okay? Yeah. You could get away with it probably 2018 or whatever. But right now, the Lord definitely ain't feeling that. Since 2020 until now, 5 years later, he definitely ain't dealing with that. Bitches that doing that. That whole thing with Tiana Taylor now. And now it's back, that bullshit backfiring on her. Okay? All this shit, all these niggas, all these, what's the girl, sister Tia Moreau or whatever her name is, her man bounced back, or whatever. Just craziness. They out here want to be thoughts and shit at the last minute, at the last days. Stupid. You out here want to leave your man. This is the time you need to, as a woman, you need to be locking in with a man or keeping a man you got, not getting rid of your man, because all hell about to break loose. And now, and anyway, you think you would learn from other women. Women don't learn from other women. They learn from men. That's why they keep making the same mistakes back to back. We keep hearing about the same situations, same between men and women every month. Same thing. Kim and Kanye. Stupid shit. Same shit. As long as that man is living, you're bound to that man and to the law. You see what I'm saying? So you can leave him all you want, call them all types of bitches and niggas or whatever you call them, but that still don't negate the fact that the Lord is going to judge you, right? And make you look stupid at the end, and start making you question your existence. And that's what's happening. You hearing about it? Just type it in. Woman leaves divorce, regrets divorce. You got this shit popping up on YouTube everywhere. Every week, you got stories. Alright, so here we are. Because these women keep making bad choices, bad mistakes, listening to all these other women. Isaiah 4:1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name and take away our reproach. Okay? Because what? women are expendable and replaceable. Okay, this group of women that I have or whatever won't do what I ask, I go get another group, go get another woman to replace all of them. Okay. Because what? You're replaceable and expendable. Alright? And that's what's happening now, okay? Women are starting now. Was it one of the mixers? I think I put it up where I was looking at it. One of the mixers they had, the women was like arguing or fighting over the guys, what limited number of men that were there. Coffee in the morning, Chuzu's there, whatever his name is, the guy, bald-headed guy. I got him on it. Go to his page. You will see one of the mixers, the bitches was arguing or fighting over the guys that was there or something. So women are starting to fight over men. Okay, they're becoming thirsty. They were already thirsty, but it's coming out. The clause is coming out. Okay. And in our day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread, wear our own apparel, let us be called by thy name. Because you all need us to take away our reproach. You all need us. Y'all go back to doing everything you're supposed to do, but you just want to be up under us, okay? You want to be a helpmate. You want to please your man or your husband by doing what he wants you and asks you to do. That makes you happy to get, hey, I appreciate you doing this, good job. This is the next thing we got to do. I know I'm going to give it to you this way because I see that how you took care of something in the past. You handled that responsible and you came back. No discrepancies. I'm going to give you this task. Go do that. Run with it. Y'all like shit like that. That's how you got to treat a woman. Okay? She's supposed to be your personal secretary, whether you're in the truth or not. Alright? You give her things to do, tasks to do, she goes do it. That's why women like to what? Run errands. Running errands means to a lot of women running around, doing nothing, busy work, acting like you're doing nothing. But as a man, your job is to get that woman real shit to do. Let her go do it. She gonna knock it out and come back and be like, all right, what's next? Like, you can't be a simp. You can't be like a lot of these dudes soft. That's why a lot of dudes, especially that ain't in the truth, they about to be put down, man. All right, because you're too soft. And Most High, Yahweh and Yahushua, they are austere men. They're strict, stern men. Okay, strong men. They ain't full no games. Yes, they have mercy and love, but just as much as they have mercy and love, they have a destructive side too. I don't give a fuck side. Once you run out of options. You run out of they run out of patience with you. You see what I'm saying? So these women are starting to come around, you know, with the bullshit about, you know, lapping up.